Hi qualities, welcome back for another quality reaction. So today we are going to be jumping into the world of locker decorations. I'm actually very curious about this video because in high school, I swear, I don't know if I remember it differently, but it just feels like nobody used their locker, like actually. But let me tell you something, when I was younger, I always wanted to have a locker my locker decorated as if I was in Victorious. Like, come on, do you not remember the iconic lockers in Victorious? I thought that when I got to high school, my locker would look exactly like that, even though I didn't go to a performance arts high school. Still, like, a girl can dream. Or I wanted that Sharpay Evans locker because it's pink. Like, I don't want just regular old gray, blue, green lockers. Like, those are boring. Come on, guys. I had a dream and it didn't come true. So I'm gonna look at other people decorating their lockers because why not? Why not? A girl can still dream. So let's get right into it. Hey, this is so beautiful. A mirror, a whiteboard. Aw, family picture. That is so cute. Wow, that's a lot of books. That is a lot of books. One thing I will say, I feel like high school is very different than it was when I was in school. I don't know if there are like a lot of books in school, because I feel like when I was in high school, or like especially towards the end, I don't know if we really did books. I don't really remember because I graduated in 2021 from high school, so I just don't remember if, especially in those last years, because the COVID happened in 2020 and like the school shut down. I remember like it was yesterday, April of 2020, and they were like, no, you're not going back to school. Or March actually, because after spring break, we kind of just stayed. So all of April was completely online. And I just don't remember if we had like actual textbooks. I feel like I was in AP classes, so I feel like a bunch of our stuff was more online. And we didn't actually have to carry textbooks. So this is very interesting. So let me see what's in her locker again. Let's watch this one more time. Okay, yeah, she has science, literature, heritage studies. Interesting. Okay, she has history, Bible. I'm assuming this is a Christian school. History, Bible, math, science, language, lunch, life skills, and public speaking. Wow, we didn't have public speaking. I don't think we did. I think it might have been an elective, because when you're in high school, they get you used to electives, so you're ready, basically essentially ready for college. So in high school, they start to give you options for electives. So I don't know if this is a Christian school, but if I were to assume, I would think it is a Christian school, because it's history and then it's Bible, math, science, language, lunch. Life skills is very interesting. I don't think we called it life skills, but I'm trying to think of what class in high school, life skills. That's such an interesting class. I wonder what they teach. I feel like we just had health, and I don't really think that correlates to life skills, but wow, interesting. But yeah, her locker has a mirror. I'm jealous. She decorated with flowers. This is so cool. A whiteboard, so in case, you know, a friend wants to leave a message, or she wants to write herself if I were to do that, if I had a whiteboard in my locker every day, I would write a message on that whiteboard so I would find it the next day. And I know that sounds corny, because obviously I'm writing it the day before, but I would still do that because I feel like that would give me a little bit of motivation. I would write a quote on there, and then when I get to school the next day, I would see the message that I left for myself. Yeah, I would say something like, today was a hard day, but tomorrow will be better. Just keep your head up. Something like that, because honestly, sometimes you just have to give yourself motivation. So I'm sorry, I did not mean to make this video that, but yes, I really enjoyed, wow, a locker decoration video. This was very interesting. Oh my gosh, this Hello Kitty pink theme. That is so cool. I wonder how long this takes. Genuinely. I think she has another video. Wait, she has another video of her actually setting it up. Oh my gosh. Go back. She has an actual video of her setting up the locker. Let's see. It's Hello Kitty themed, obviously. So obviously she loves cats. So let's watch this video of her setting up her locker, because I just genuinely wonder how long this takes. This is actually so cool. Like, nobody's locker looked like this when I was in high school. I'm just gonna be so honest. And are you allowed to, like, when would the teacher even allow this? When would you even have this much time to decorate a locker and put lights in it? Wow. I don't think my school would have allowed us to put lights in it. They would probably say it's like a fire hazard or something. Even Hello Kitty. Where are you getting all this Hello Kitty stuff? I would assume Amazon, because you can find the craziest stuff on Amazon. So Amazon, maybe even Temu or AliExpress. This is so interesting. Even the watch, come on. The pencils and pens. Okay, this has to be like an Amazon find or something like that. A Hello Kitty scissors. So someone obviously loves Hello Kitty. That's what I'm getting from this video. This is actually the cutest thing ever. Seriously, I feel like teachers should allow their students to decorate their lockers, because I feel like it just gives them a sense of, I don't know, like a little bit of security in a way, because you go to your locker and, you know, I did all this hard work, and like it just feels calming, because obviously you're decorating how you want to decorate, because it's something that you have to look at on a daily basis. So this would feel like probably even just like a nice break. Again, the lights. How are you doing this? This is actually so cool. Can she decorate? Like, where was she when I was in high school? I would have loved for her to decorate my locker. No, I genuinely think that this should be a thing. I feel like teachers and just administration should let their kids decorate their lockers. Maybe at the beginning of the school year, or, well, yeah, definitely at the beginning of the school year, or even at the end of the school year. So whenever they get to school the next season, they have something to look forward to almost. Because one thing about me, when I was in school, I loved going back to school. Now, when it got later in the year, I hated school. When I was younger, I used to be so ready for Christmas break to be over. I used to be so ready for summer break to be over, because I just loved being at school. But the older I got, the more I was like, no, my summer's over. No, Christmas is ending. I don't want to go back. That's kind of how my mentality changed. So I feel like allowing them to even decorate at the end of the year will give them something to look forward to when they go back. And it would just be less work at the beginning because of all, you know, the stress of just being in school. But even at the beginning of the school year, this would be like a good option for, it would give kids something to do. And even it could be, it can be like, this one, I would prefer this over icebreaker. So you're decorating your locker, and then you can ask the other kids for help. The teacher gets them to ask their peers for help, or for an accessory, or can I borrow your glue? Can I borrow your stapler? Do you have this? Because it would just be really good, not necessarily team building, but it would just honestly, why wasn't I a teacher? Because I hate icebreakers. Even in college, if you're in high school, even in college, they make you do icebreakers, and I think I'm too old for this. I used to think that I'm too old for icebreaker. Please do not make us do icebreakers. It is no. We are adults. When we were kids, it was okay for teachers and professors to make us do stuff like that. No, I am an adult. Do not give me an icebreaker. So I feel like this would be a good team building or get to know people type of thing, especially if all the students are doing it. And I don't know, it would just be really fun in my opinion. And it would be even nice for teachers to provide a lot of the stuff for the kids, because it would allow the kid to even bond with the teacher a little bit more and get to know the teacher a lot better, because there are some kids especially that go through school and they think that there's no one in their corner and they feel like they don't have anyone to talk to. And I just feel like teachers should build those types of relationships with those students. Why am I talking about teachers so much? This is supposed to be about lockers, but that's a good idea. If you're an administrator and if you just so happen to stumble across my channel, this is a good idea. Locker decoration day. I feel like every school should have a locker decoration day where they allow students to dress up their lockers however they want to. Obviously, don't put any provocative language or profanity on the lockers. That's a given, but give them a day to be creative. Wow, I really should have been an administrator. Let's watch one more. These are really cool. I kind of don't want to stop watching these. Genuinely, how are these signs allowed in lockers? That's a serious question. Is that not like a fire hazard of some sort? Seriously. Oh my gosh, the little bitty rug at the bottom. That is so cute. If I were to have a locker, it would probably look something like this. Something that's more floral, flower themed. And the little mirror, that is so cute. The little disco, the little light, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. If I was still in high school, I would have seriously loved to have done something like this. And it could literally be an all-day thing where you allow students to make the decorations. Oh my God, I need to stop doing the job of the teachers for them. You allow them to make their own decorations, provide them with some of the stuff. And I just feel like that would be a good thing to put in, I guess, the budget for school, even though there are a lot of people that are cutting funding out of school. We're not gonna name people, but if you want to name the people in the comments, then it's your opinion. So go ahead and drop it in the comments. Yes, I would have loved to do something like this when I was in high school. It probably would have made high school way much more fun. And I probably would have loved my teachers even more because they allowed me to be creative, and I would have felt like I was able to get to know them better. Because there are some teachers that are just cold. Like, they're there to teach and nothing else. They don't want to get to know you. They don't really, because like that's how my math teacher was. Like, she barely made eye contact with us. She was a really good math teacher, and even history. She was my math teacher, and I had her for math and history, and she was great at both, but she barely made eye contact with us. I feel like I barely spoke to her. I feel like I never really heard her even say my name. And I feel like a lot of teachers are just so disconnected from their students in that way. But it could be like, I genuinely believe teachers can also have social anxiety, and it's kind of crazy because why would you become a teacher? But at the same time, I was a theater major and I had stage fright. But it was different. Like, and I hate public speaking. It's still different because it's just different. Don't ask me how. But I just feel like it would be a bonding experience between students and teachers, and they just get to know their students way better. And I don't know, especially with how kids are acting nowadays with Gen Alpha. Like, did you see the video I just posted the other day? Or with the kids acting all crazy? No, kids are just really disrespectful nowadays. And I don't know, this would just be a really cool idea, something to give them to do. Ooh, middle school. This would even be a fun thing to do in middle school. Middle school especially, because those kids are little demons, some of them. I don't know why, I just imagine, because of the behavioral issues that I've seen from a bunch of middle schoolers or just kids in general nowadays, I feel like there would just be like a bunch of arguments. Maybe should just be a high school activity, but I feel like there would just be like a bunch of arguments like, teacher, she took this from me, or teacher, she stole this, or teacher, she took my idea. I feel like that's how it might go for middle schoolers. I don't know. Just from what I've seen of teachers talking about the behaviors of middle schoolers, I would genuinely be scared for those teachers who would plan to do this with their middle schoolers. Just gonna say that. But we are at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. It's really cool to see the creativity from the students, and this seems more like a girl thing because I was not able to find many videos, or honestly any videos of guys decorating their lockers. So this may be like a girly thing, or girls who feel the need to decorate their lockers because, you know, obviously they want to have just a nice clean space, and especially for their stuff to keep their, basically their emergency kits. If y'all don't know if you saw that video, so just basically their emergency kits in a space that just looks very put together. I would have loved this when I was in high school and even middle school. I would have loved something like this because it would have just honestly made me excited to go to school and open up my locker. This would probably be like the best part of my day. But yes, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and even leave a comment down below. I love when you guys comment because I'm able to connect with you guys in that type of way. And I do respond to comments. I've been lacking these last couple days, but I will remember to get to all of you guys' comments because it is seriously the best part of my day. But thank you guys for 11,000 subscribers. It really means so much to me. I think I said this in a previous video, but I want to reiterate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I would not have been able to do this without you guys, especially without your support, your continuous support. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video.